We are just about to head out onto our first Run Disney event.
All right, so we are at ESPN Zone, or ESPN Sports Complex at Disney, picking up our race bibs. So they've got it's two separate rooms where you can pick up your stuff. So first one, they have everybody go get your bib, and then we're over to get our gear bag. So yeah, it's pretty organized, pretty awesome, and we did get our Run Disney drinks before, so there was no line.
Yeah,
but it all
we
worked
got
out.
here on Friday at, what time is it? It's currently 4 o'clock, and there's no line.
Yeah, so the only line we did encounter was just to see the characters. There was only a few out though, but they kind of rotated out.
Yeah, and so they matched up with the theme of each of the runs. So for us, we had Lion King. There was also an Up themed, and then there was also a Stitch for those who did the Stitch challenge. All right, and then we headed in, and you can see there's a lot of different vendors around. You could buy just about anything here that you would need for the run.
Yeah, and then afterwards we grabbed a snack. So they were making fresh bao buns, so we ended up getting the pork and the chicken one. And yeah, it was a great little snack before, kind of a pre-race, day before type of thing. We are picking up our bibs today. We just did that. It was actually pretty quick. Didn't take much time at all.
No, it was actually, there was like one person in front of us in our section. So they section off the bibs so that you find your number that you get in your email and you get in that line and then you go get it. So we're the second day of pickup, and it took about 5
super
minutes.
organized. We actually we wanted to get our drink cup, so we got that outside because we thought, well, if there's lines inside, we'd have a drink in our hand. But we walked right up, got our bibs. So the bibs are is one area in the field house, and then you got to go over next door to the different building to all the vendors and get your gear bag.
Yeah, so you get your shirt.
Yeah. So not the best color.
No, neither of us are excited about that. We're not orange people.
Yeah.
And then you get your gear bag, so we've obviously filled it up with things since getting it. But yeah, and there's all kinds of different vendors in there. If you forget socks, you forget shoes.
Yeah.
You forget anything.
I don't know if you get shoes the day right before the race, but yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, otherwise, great time at the expo. We've got our race in 2 days. So today is Friday. We're going to race on Sunday for the 10 miler, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're going to go hit up Epcot tomorrow and hopefully get home early enough to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah. All right. Good morning. It is 3:31. We're about to partake in the Hakuna Matata 10 miler for Run Disney. And we left the house about, was it
3:10.
Yeah, 3:10 or so. Woke up around 2:15. So we just parked and about to walk in, so pretty excited, and we'll check back in.
Yeah, a lot of cars coming through, but it was a really quick process. Once we got kind of into the parking area, it was only a couple of minutes to park, so yeah, we'll let you know how it is.
All right, so after you park, you need to head in, and you go through security. So you go into Epcot, and then you come back out of Epcot to start the race, but it is required that you do this to go through security.
And then you had plenty of costumes walking in, checking everybody else out. These guys were cones. I think they had probably reused them from a Toy Story race, but they were a lot of fun. And then we also saw another dog, service dog coming through, but he was a lot of fun and pretty cool to watch. Morning. So we are through security, pretty much at the front here. We did our gear check-in, which is pretty easy. You just walk through, drop off your bag at any of the trucks, and then they give you a little sticker, just put on the inside of your bib. So yeah.
And lots of food trucks around, so we're just gonna go check everything out. Lots of music going and DJ.
Yeah. So it's it's almost 4 o'clock, 3 minutes to 4. We're group D. So we've got another hour or so to hang out. So we're just gonna get some snacks, water and whatnot. So all right, so about to head off.
Decided to get a little espresso pick-me-up before we headed out on our race. This was probably one of the longer lines of the morning. Everybody trying to get a little bit of caffeine before they start.
Then they also had character meet and greets before you kind of enter the corral area. So this was Baymax hanging out. We did not jump in line, but there was plenty of people doing it.
So as we said, you do get lined up in corrals. So you start to line up for those corrals pretty early on. We were in D. You can see right next to us, this is Corral C. It was packed. I think that was definitely the biggest corral of the morning.
It was so emotional to be back, guys, because we didn't know we get to do this. Do it, Cece and Katie. It's gonna be fun. In 3, 2, 1, go! Have fun out there. Run a little quicker today, Katie, than you did with me yesterday.
Okay, so this is one of the heats lining up. So you can see the corrals are broken up into different heats, and they're just about to start, so it's at least 100 people per heat, and then they'll go, and then they'll wait a couple of minutes, and then the next heat will go.
All right, so we're on the run. We're almost at the 2 mile point, so we're in the World Showcase, and it is pretty fun.
Yeah, a little humid, but it's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll check in. Thanks. All right, so we just passed, what are we?
Mile 3?
Mile 3, it's going pretty good. We're in front of Hollywood Studios, so everything's been great. It's kind of like I-4, everyone parks in the left lane.
Yeah.
So that's been fun.
Yeah,
But,
a lot of weaving and bobbing. And
yeah, but overall, it's really great. And check back in, thanks. All right, so we're in Toy Story Land through Hollywood Studios. It's actually really cool through here.
Yeah, reaching through Star Wars land.
Yeah.
This is very cool.
So, all right, we're a little winded. We keep going. All right, so we're almost up to 6. Probably on the toughest part just because there's no music. I mean, there's a couple of music, but it's just the street.
Yeah.
And we're about to hit the hill going up the street, but
And this is
going
a
pretty
tough
good.
stretch. Like we're mile 6.
Yeah.
They just gave us some sport beans.
Yeah.
So get some energy.
All right, see you at the finish line.
You guys are doing great.
All right, so getting close to the end here. You can see the sun starting to come up. Sunrise over Epcot was absolutely stunning, and we are getting super excited to finish.
All right, so we finished.
Yay, we finished.
It was great.
So much fun.
Yeah, so it was really fun. Really easy to get all your stuff. The gear check was probably really awesome because we had our stuff, we had our cup.
Yep.
Half off the beers, so definitely
Yeah,
worth.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're planning to get a couple of beers, it really helps. And then we picked up our bags. There was no line. We just went up. We gave them our number, and they grabbed it for us.
Yeah,
and gave
so
it
it's
to
super
us.
efficient, really great, super easy.
Got some snacks.
Yeah, they got it. It was really super organized. You go through the finish line. It was great. And then they start handing you snacks and water. There's a medical tent there, and then you got food and beverage. So we're gonna hang out for a little bit. We'll do probably another wrap up in the car. But yeah, we finished. Weather's been great. It's actually a little overcast, which is awesome. It really helps us out.
Yeah, and I thought it was gonna be like I thought it was gonna be worse than it was, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I know you may not agree, but I may do a half marathon sometime.
Listen to that.
As you can see, here's the snacks that you get: a banana, some Powerade water, some salty snacks, some sweet snacks. I was definitely craving the salty snacks after our 10-mile run.
So real quick, on the other side of the parking lot is the buses to all the resorts. It's actually super convenient. They've got signs there, you can kind of see. And I mean, there is a plethora of them. If you miss one, you just hop on the other one. 2 lanes, so I think the one in the back is the one that's going to be going. And yeah, they're moving. So
If you stayed at one of the resorts, this is the way to do it. You can see a big crowd headed back to the resorts right now, so a really great option. Oh wow! And then this is the gear check. Again, super convenient. When you get here, that's the entrance over there, and pretty much you stop in one of the trucks. You just remember which number you dropped it off. We did it, based on our bib number. So our first bib number that we would remember, we were 5. You drop it off in the front there, and then pretty much this is the finish area. So you just pick up your bag. They give you a little sticker to remind you what number it is, and it's super easy. I mean, people just hang out and get your snacks and eat up. So it's a really great option too.
And at the end here, we saw our friend with his snack box.
All right, so recap from this morning.
Yeah, we just ran 10 miles. So it was, man, it was better than I thought it was. I was kind of dreading it, I'll be honest. Like 10 miles felt like a lot.
Yeah, but we got here, we left the house about 3:05. Got here about 3:20 or so. Yeah. We were early. I mean, we were Corral D.
Yeah.
And the problem was too, so they were a little behind, and then Corral C had up to, I think it was 12 waves. So we didn't start until I think it was like almost 6.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy because we went into our corral. We were probably in the corral by
4:40.
Yeah, 4:40. And we didn't start almost till it was like almost till 6.
Yeah, we got out of the corral like about 5:40.
Yeah, it was 6. Yeah, I think it was 6, almost 6 a.m. or just after 6 a.m. That we got into the corral. So it was a long time to get started. Once we did, it was great. We started running.
Yeah, we were the very front of our wave.
Yeah, so that part was actually really cool.
That was really good.
It just gave us a lot of, at least the first mile, we weren't weaving through people, so that was actually really handy.
Yeah, so I'll say we submitted a time, and when we submitted our time, we thought, okay, so we'll probably be about, if we were to run straight through 10 miles, we'd be, less than 2 hours for sure. But we're like, oh, let's fluff it a little bit because we're going to want to stop and do things. And so we fluffed it and we said, 2:01 to 2:15. So we got in a later corral. I probably won't do that next time.
Yeah, I think we ended up finishing with a lot of people from B Corral, and not that we're fast runners at all. I think, Amanda, mile 7 we had to separate. I started cramping up, so she took off. But even when I finished, I think it was just because a lot of people were stopping to take pictures and stuff. We kind of were pushing through. So we may adjust our time to get the earlier corral.
A lot of people we were with were either walkers or like very light joggers or walker. Like I would have run the whole time, but we did stop a few times to kind of take some pictures and some video. But I will say there were don't not do this because you're not a runner. There are a lot of people who walk the whole thing or do kind of a jog walk for the whole time, and you can do it, and that's amazing. Like that, it was really, really cool to see everybody just finishing.
Yeah, so that was great. We started off running through kind of the backstage of Epcot. Once you get a real showcase, it was still dark. They had the flames going, all the music. There was a few cast members out there, but that was really cool.
Yeah, the lands are all lit up. Yeah. It was beautiful.
Kind of going through the trail once you leave Epcot, through the boardwalk. It was really cool, and then you get the trail going to Hollywood Studios. You think it's long, but when you're running, it's not that far.
Not that far.
The only thing was it starts to get narrow, so there's a lot of congestion kind of cut through there.
Yep.
Water stops were pretty good.
Yeah, we probably had at least like 7 or 8. Like there was, just about every mile.
We got to Hollywood Studios. It started to get daylight, I think. It started to break a little bit. That was really awesome too. Kind of running through Star Wars was really cool.
Yeah.
I wish they would have run through the Millennium Falcon, but I don't think logistically it doesn't work out because there's a bunch of steps. That would have been cool, at least to see that. But and then running through Pixar was actually a lot of fun.
That was fun.
So we did a video on that. Coming through, we left Hollywood, and that's where I was really dreading it because you hit the road, and it was mile kind of 5 through 7. And I thought it was just going to be miserable.
Yeah.
And it actually wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't bad at all. They have some stands where there's people like lots of music. There
Yeah.
were multiple bands playing, and it was really. That was probably they had the most entertainment
Yeah.
outside of the parks, which makes sense. But we weren't expecting that much entertainment.
Yeah, and it was super helpful. It just keeps you motivated,
Yeah.
keeps you going. We were kind of in the thick of it, so there was still a lot of people around. At that point, they had multiple water stations, I think, along the road there. The medical tents if you
Medical
needed
tents, yeah.
biofreeze on muscles or whatnot. So super helpful. I think also somewhere along that road, they handed out kind of these energy jelly bean things. Didn't try any, but a lot of people
I did. They were good. They were really good.
Yeah, probably the loops that you have to go back on the road back up to Epcot were troublesome. A lot of people are having issues with those. There's 2 of them.
You're going uphill.
Yeah.
So,
And you're tired, and there's a lot of
yeah.
people walking. So that was, but they entertainment. They had several people along those to kind of keep you going and the music going. And then you turn the corner and you start your way back into Epcot.
Getting back into that
yeah.
for me, that was very motivating to actually get back into Epcot. The last 2 miles, I kind of took off and really ran the last 2 miles.
You enter in from kind of the right side at the front entrance, go by kind of the backstage area, come out by Figment, and then head back to World Showcase, through World Showcase, down the main drag, and then over by Guardians of the Galaxy. So you go around the spaceship there, and that was really cool. And then you end up going past Mission Mars, or
And
then kind of go backstage again. And then, you kind of go to the parking lot, and then you finish line. They have they had a band playing pretty much at the end there, like a high school band, so that was super cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then when you turn the corner, there was a big crowd, a lot of spectators cheering you on, so really get you going and to finish strong. So.
Yeah, I was really excited for so many people to be there. Like, it's really motivating to really just, and you save a little bit for the end. Like, I always recommend that because it's fun. You get your final picture at the end, and you kind of can sprint through the final part. But 10 miles, it's a lot, but
Yeah.
it did not feel like what 10 miles would feel like if we'd run it at home.
Yeah, definitely. You don't have that Disney magic with you.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing this again. We're signed up for the Wine and Dine. We're looking forward to that. Hopefully the weather cooperates. So actually, it's probably the first weekend that it's been over 90 in Orlando. It's been humid. I think the humidity was 85, 90% this morning, but it wasn't. We're from here, so we're used to it, but it was a consideration.
We got very lucky today, though, because it's been so hot, but it's overcast right now and perfect. Like, right now, the temperature's 79 degrees, and it's 9:30 in the morning, so we got really lucky, because I think this time yesterday it was probably close to 90 by
the sun
point.
was out, and you were sweating.
Yeah.
Once you finish, though, it's super easy. They start handing you stuff. We heard a lot of tips about bringing a bag, so we carried our bag kind of in our things. I didn't use it. There wasn't much to carry.
We had a water, a Powerade, and then a banana and a snack pack. So you can carry it all. I used my bag, but I really didn't probably need it.
They have a med tent there at the end, too. They hand you all the stuff. And then pretty much right when you get to the outside of the finish area, you can get your gear bag. They have these, they rent a bunch of trucks. You just go to the number you dropped it off at, and there was no line, super quick. You get your bag. And I was able to change the shirt real quick.
Yeah.
And if you need to change shoes or wherever you put it, it's right there. So that was super easy.
Yeah, and then there's food trucks, and then like one food tent that had some light snacks, but beer and champagne, I think, was the highlight of that tent for everybody.
Yeah, and then for the day drinkers, the D3 folks, that was a huge tip. So we used the cup that we got at the expo. Actually, I think we can reuse them. But yeah, normally it's $15. It was like $14.75 for the beer and the cup. If you already have a cup, it was $7.75, so half off, or $8.75.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good tip there.
Yeah.
And then also the transportation looks like it was super easy if you're staying on a resort. You could just hop on one of the buses, and they had a plethora of them.
So many buses.
Yeah.
They did warn us that if you are getting on a bus, you cannot take alcohol with you, so you had to finish your drinks before you get on the buses.
Yeah. We parked, and so you just got to walk to the other side. That's probably the other thing. When we were pulling through Epcot, there was the 2 lanes, the left or the right, as you pull in for the 2 sides of the parking lot. We should have stayed in the left. It would have been the easier walk.
I think it was actually 4 lanes. So 2 went to the right side of the Epcot parking, and 2 went to the left side of the Epcot parking. We happened to be in the second one that went to the right, so we had to walk a lot more afterwards. It's fine. We just ran 10 miles. Like, walking is okay, but why not? Just next time we'll choose the left side just to walk a little bit less afterwards.
Other than that, I don't think there was anything else that was really, make or break or really changed what we did. So
No.
yeah, we really enjoyed it. We're looking forward. We got the 10K coming up next on the Wine and Dine. We didn't train a whole lot for the 10 mile.
A whole lot. We didn't train for the 10 mile.
I was cramping up a little bit, so I had a little slower time. You took off around mile 7.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, I think we'll be good to go with the 10K. You're pretty motivated to do the half now, so we'll see
I'm
how.
jumping in for a half as soon as I can. We missed the sign up for the marathon weekend, which I'm super bummed because I really wanted that one, but totally forgot about it, and I probably wouldn't sign up for the half marathon anyway.
Yeah, no, we really wanted to try one out. So now that we know we like it, we'll be back. I think we're going to try not to miss any of these.
And,
Yeah.
yeah.
It sounds good.
Yeah.